Dear students, I am UK Singh, Pol Science PGT from Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan. Dear students, in previous class we discussed about key features of democracy. Today we will discuss about those features of democracy about which we discussed in previous class, one by one. First of all, we see and we know that on the basis of these features, we can distinguish the non-democratic government from democracy. And first of all, we see that major decisions are taken by elected leaders in democracy. And some countries in the world are pretending to be democracy. One of them is our neighbor, Pakistan, where often norms of democracy has been assassinated by the army. Similarly, General Pervez Musharraf in October 1999 led a military coup. He overthrew an elected democratic government and declared himself the chief executive. And of the country. Later, he changed his designation to president in 2002. And then he conducted a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension of his tenure. Pakistani media, human rights organization, and democracy activists said that a referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. In August 2002, he issued an order as legal framework order. This order amended the Constitution of Pakistan. It means in 2002, by an order of legal framework, the Pervez Musharraf amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this amendment, President could dismiss the national or provincial assemblies. The work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by a National Security Council. This council was dominated by military officers. After passing this law, elections were held to the national and state assemblies. So, Pakistan has had led elections. Elected representatives have some powers. But the final power rested with military officers and General Parvez Musharraf. Clearly, there are many reasons why Pakistan under General Parvez Musharraf should not be called a democracy. As we saw that major decisions are taken by the elected representatives. What referendum was held by Parvez Musharraf was based on malpractices and fraud by an legal framework order. He changed the constitution of Pakistan. Then according to this amendment, the president was given power to dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Elected representatives had some powers, but final powers was in the hands of National Security Council dominated by military officers and Parvez Musharraf. That's why we cannot say that under Parvez Musharraf, Pakistan had democracy. But let us focus on one of these. Can we see that the rulers are elected by the people in Pakistan? No. Rulers were not elected by the people in Pakistan in the regime of Parvez Musharraf. Not quite. People may have elected their representatives to the national and provincial assemblies, but those elected representatives are not really the rulers. They cannot take the final decision. The power to take final decision resided with army officials with General Parvez Musharraf. None of them were elected by the people. This happens in many dictatorships and non-democratic government. They formally have an elected parliament and government, but the real power is with those who are not elected. For example, the role of USSR in communist Poland, that of US in contemporary Iraq. Here the real power was with some external powers and not with locally. It means Poland could not take decisions independently. He could take decisions on the basis of advice of USSR. Similarly, in Iraq, election was held, but major decisions were taken in the consent of USA. Thus, we can say that Poland and Iraq are not democracy. This gives us the first feature in a democracy. The final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. If such features we not find in a democracy, it means that that country is pretending to be a democracy. Now, we focus on the next key feature of democracy, like free and fair